Today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that anybody who's interested in getting into the hobby of sport card collecting really needs to understand in order to be successful. And in order to do that, we're going to show you guys and girls the different price points. We're going to start off with the more base Panini Donruss. We're going to go into the more higher end Panini Prism. And then we're going to finish with the super elite series Spectra Panini based on price point. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, when I first walked into my first hobby store, I was kind of intimidated, right? You see these walls and walls of cards, and I just wanted some basketball cards. I'm like, where do I start? What am I looking for? So my aim of this video is to break down and make it a lot more easy and less intimidating when you first walk into that hobby card store. So the first thing that we'll look at first, and I think it's probably more of the higher important thing, is one, you got to know what you're buying, right? And there's a big difference in variation. Let's say you walk into your local Target store, right? You're probably going to find a different variant of these particular cards than you were, say, a hobby box store. And the reason why is the hobby box stores typically get the more higher end, earlier release, more high sought out product. Now, what do I mean by that? What most collectors are after are things called hobby boxes. Hobby boxes give you a really good breakdown and a really good set of things that people who are interested in collecting want to grab, right? Now, that's not speaking badly about the blaster boxes that come out. Blaster boxes will offer a certain parallel or low numbered print card, which are still very, very sought after, depending on the player. And that's the second point I'll make here in a second. But 9 times out of 10, the hobby boxes are really what you want to go after. Now, these are boxes of hobby boxes here. You can buy them in singles, right? So don't be intimidated by the price points, obviously, unless for the Spectre or maybe the price point of the Prism here. These can all be purchased individually, with the exception of the Spectre, simply because, you know, if you rip one of these, you can kind of feel the width, and you kind of know if you're going to get typically a better card than not, more often than not. And that's really the first thing to look for. So why, do you ask? Why are we after the hobby boxes rather than the blaster boxes? And that will become apparent if we kind of look here to the back on what you can get, right? And what your serious collectors are looking for here are really the numbered and the different variants, right? So, for example, on the base here, you'll notice that there's a whole different variations of your typical base card, and they are going to be numbered anywhere through 249, right? For your Prism Orange, all the way to number 1, which is your Black Finite, which means 1 of 1 was ever printed. Highly sought after card, by the way, and extremely, extremely rare, right? If you've been collecting for a long time, there's thousands and thousands of these boxes out there. The chances of you hitting that 1-on-1, you've probably got a really good card, again, depending on the player that which you get. Now, that's the first thing. That's the hobby box versus a blaster packs. And again, I'm by no way speaking bad of the blaster boxes whatsoever. You can pull some really, really good cards in there. You can pull exclusive, maybe numbered sets towards that blaster box, or you can pull really cool colorways that are exclusive to that blaster box, but they're never really going to hold the same weight or value as what you can pull out from the hobby box. Okay, so think blaster box, low ceiling, high reward, whereas the hobby boxes are more high ceiling, but a lot higher reward. Okay, so that's the first thing to consider is, one, what am I buying? That moves us here into point number 2. And you'll notice I'm talking about the players in which you pull, right? And let's use LeBron James as a perfect example of that. So I could go in here, any of these. This is football, by the way, that I'm using, but this could be applicable to ice hockey. This could be applicable to baseball. This could be applicable to UFC. This could be applicable to Formula One, right? Basically all the sports that are out there. Now, the reason why I say that is this is probably the sad truth about sport card collecting, is that 95% of these cards that we pull in here are going to be base cards, right? Or core cards. And in the hobby, kind of trash cards, to be honest. And I'm going to say that with a small caveat of this. And this will kind of tie into my fifth point. And what I think is the most important part about collections is what's one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Let's say you're a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Well, you rip this pack and you get, Dak Prescott, a CeeDee Lamb, right? A Stephon Gilmore. Boom. Awesome. You just hit some of your favorite players, and that's amazing, right? That's really, really cool. But if you take the look for an investment strategy, those cards aren't going to pay anything, right? And going back to the LeBron James example, LeBron James has been in the league for over 20 years. So what does that mean? There's 20 years of LeBron James cards out there. So this is one of the keys and one of the parts of the hobby that I really enjoy most, right, are rookie cards. The rookie cards are really where it's at 9 times out of 10, right? Now, if you pull a super low numbered, high name player, yeah, it's going to fetch a little bit of money. But a rookie card, that's where the money is. Why? Because there's only one variation of that rookie card in a particular product that's ever been produced. So that, as long as the rookie doesn't mess up, get into legal trouble, have a whole bunch of injuries, and that's where that risk versus reward comes in, which I'm going to talk about here in a second with the Victor Wembanyama card, who's the hottest rookie in the NBA right now. That's where that kind of, do I hold on to this rookie thinking that he's going to pay off and be in the league for 20 years? Or do I think he's going to be a bust, but there's a high market for it? Do I go ahead and sell him now? Okay, so that's number 2, is look out for the player on who you are getting, because that's very, 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 very important. Number 3, grading. Let's say that you've found that card, right? You found that in-demand rookie card. You may have found one of your favorite cards. You want to go get it graded, right? You want to see what that card is worth. So there are a large number of grading companies out there. You'll send your card to them, and they will have their professional graders look at it for you, and then give you a score dependent upon that grade. And we're going to use Victor Wembanyama again. I know we're going to do NFL cards, but again, this applies to really any sport. So we've gone ahead and used PSA for this one, which are probably the most reputable, arguably, grading company. They hold a lot of weight, very trusted by collectors. Now, this is a very common Victor Wembanyama card, by the way. This isn't really super, super rare, but I want to show you guys and girls the difference in the grading process, right? And what that means for the overall value of your card. So this one's graded back at a Gem 10. That's as highest as you can get, highly sought after by collectors. Whereas here's the exact same card that's come back as a 9. Now, to my naked eye, do I know the difference between the two? Really, absolutely not, right? Here's one that came back as a 7. And again, unless I really get under it with a microscope, to my eye, I can't tell the difference. But here's where this really is intriguing. And I'm actually going to use some very pricey cards to price this out that I haven't graded yet. Okay, so I'm going to quickly throw the Panini Prisms here, and we'll do some more Victors, right? I'm in love with Wembanyama right now. I've got a large investment with Wembanyama right now. And I want to give you guys kind of the skinny on why your cards really want to grade well. So here is the base Victor Panini Prisms, right? So that brand there, base card. Right now on eBay, so these are considered raw because they've been ungraded. Okay, so right now this on eBay on a good day, let's say I could probably auction this for $70 to $100. Okay, not bad, right? Not bad at all. Now, this card here, this is a Victor Wembanyama, but this is numbered, right? If you can see that, this actually has a number on it, which is /199, meaning of this particular variety, there was only 199 printed. So there's that scarcity factor. So we've added in a highly sought after rookie and we've added scarcity into it. So right now on eBay, I could probably sell this for maybe $1,000. And that's being conservative, right? $1,000. Again, that's why these hobby boxes are so cool, because they're the ones where you're going to find a lot of the different numbered variants, and what you're looking for are the super, super low numbers. And before I get into the last Wemby, I'm going to give you an example of that. This is a Scoot Henderson, highly sought after rookie, luck of the lottery insert card, right? And this is number 1 through 10, meaning there are only 10 of these cards ever produced, highly sought after rookie. This one's worth a lot of money. Again, it's ungraded though. So when I submit these for grading, what am I hoping back they come back as? 9s, or the preferable would be a 10. Now, let's really go into our last Victor Wembanyama card now, because I think this is a little bit mind-blowing. And again, if you guys see scratches here, this is just the protector sleeve. The cards themselves are clean. So right now, this is called a snakeskin variety. And right now, this card is selling on eBay from anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000. Okay? So we've got the same card, but we've got different rarities. I believe the snakeskin, there was only anywhere between 30 to 25 of these cards produced. So highly sought after rookie. With that scarcity of cards, it's going to demand a very high price point. And all you got to do on eBay right now is search Victor Wembanyama snakeskin. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So that's the grading process and the price process, right? And that really leads me into point number 4 before we start opening these boxes, because I know that's going to be really cool just to compare the quality of boxes, to point number 4, and that is stay within your price range, right? I know it's tempting to think, hey, if I spend this much money on this box, I'm going to get this much money in return. It doesn't work that way. Remember point 2, you're going after the players, not so much the quality of the card. And I know that sounds crazy, right? Like when we rip open this box, you guys are going to see some really, really cool cards come inside, right? They're all going to be limited numbers, but that's what you're going to expect. You're going to expect some big hits. But that's not to say that this Donruss hobby box is worthless, right? There are some really, maybe you guys probably aren't going to be able to see that, but there are some extremely high sought after cards after this low price point Donruss. For example, one of them is the Downtown series. And all you have to do is a quick Google of that to see what those sell for. Extremely rare, right? The chances of you hitting one are not that great. But if you get one out of a cheaper pack, boom, you've made a stack of money. So I'm going to finish with point number 5, but let's do some rips, right? Because that's kind of what everybody, I guess, kind of wants to see. And it's really going to show everybody the quality of the card that you're going to get for the price point, right? Okay, so we've got the Donruss, we've got the Panini Prism, and we've got the Spectra. So we'll clear these out. We'll start with our Donruss first. Okay, so anybody new to the NFL, the cards that we're looking for here, rookie cards, right? You're probably going to be your Anthony Richardsons, The hottest selling rookie right now at this time of recording is CJ Stroud. But there's some really, really good ones there. There's Zay Flowers, there's Rashee Rice. So let's see if we can hit like a cool rookie, right? That would be amazing for this tutorial video. So let's quickly rip into it. And then straight away, you're kind of going to want to notice the quality of the card, right? So it's just kind of simple cardboard. Reminds me of the back of a cereal box a little bit. And I'm not talking down by any means on the quality of these cards. Just with the price points, as you would expect, the more you sell, the better high quality card it's going to be. Okay, so let's see who we pulled here in our NFL. Okay, so we've got a bunch of, these are what we call veterans, right? And remember that point I made initially about 95% of the cards being trash when it comes to price value? This is definitely the case, specifically with the lower ones. So what they'll do is they'll put the base in the front, and then you'll get 2 rookies, and then you may get a cool little what we call insert, which are unique to every hobby boxes. And some inserts worth some more than others. Some of them are worth nothing, right? Remember, for the Donruss, we're going for the downtown cards. So let's keep going through here, and we'll try to get to the rookies. Okay, so here's the first rookie we pulled. And this is Michael Mayer, who is a tight end for the Raiders. This is actually a pretty highly sought after rookie card. It's not signed, right? It's not a special numbered variant. So it's never really going to fetch a super high price point, but that's still a really good card, right? And that's one that I would throw a protective sleeve on and see what happens with them. Okay, the next one. Remember we talked about the inserts here. So this is an insert, right? You notice it's kind of cool. It's got a kind of shiny sleeve to it. And this is Joe Colecco from the Legend series, right? So this is an older NFL player. It's more of a classic player. Again, not really going to fetch a whole bunch on the market. And then, well, this is cool. Okay, so we've hit a George Kalafris. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. This is a variant, a press-proof variant. Again, not super high value here, but this is a very interesting one that we just pulled here. This is a Sam Laporta, so this is a rookie. And, probably one of the best tight ends in the league, in my opinion, and he's a rookie, right? So again, if I were a sports card investor, I'm holding on to this card. Well, 1, because it's a rookie, but 2, because it's a really good rookie. Okay, so out of that pack, I think we pulled 2 solid cards for the price point. All right, we didn't hit that elusive downtown, right? But that's the name of the game. Sometimes you're going to buy cards and you're not going to hit them. So that's the Donner. Now, let's go into the Panini Prism card. Okay, so we're really stepping up here in terms of price point. And this is where we want low numbers, right? We want rookies, but we want low numbers. And again, 85% of these cards to 95%, let's just be honest, unfortunately, aren't really going to be worth anything. But that's not to say, again, if you're a huge Cowboys fan, you just pulled a Trayvon Diggs, could be really stoked about that, right? Got a Brian Burns on St. Ra, who's an amazing wideout for the Lions. It's not his rookie card, though, right? So we've had 2 or 3 seasons of a lot of his cards. So again, it's probably not worth a lot of money. We got the Eric Dickerson with a bit of the old school throwback there. Gardner Minshew. We've got Julian Watkins. We've got Trey Lance. And Google what Trey Lance was worth when he first came out, right? His rookie card is obviously dipped extremely in value because he was moved from the Niners and now he's a backup in the Cowboys. We got a Kyle Duggar, and here's one of these cool inserts that we talked about. So this is a hype, Drake London. Okay, we have pulled a color card, as you can see there, so we'll save that one for last. Again, this insert card probably not worth a ton of money, but it's kind of cool. Now, let's go into our rookie cards. This is where we want a CJ Stroud maybe, or an Anthony Richardson. So we've pulled a Nolan Smith, and look at that, a CJ Stroud. Wow, I couldn't have planned it any better. So that's really cool, right? So we just ripped a pack and we got the highest sought after rookie right now in the NFL and CJ Stroud. that's absolutely amazing. Now, there's different variations, right? There's going to be your base, there's going to be a silver, there's going to be a hyper prism, and as you go up, they're going to be worth more money, right? And all you got to do is download kind of the checklist when you get more serious about the hobby to see the rarity of the cards. But if you notice, this one's not numbered at all. So, you know, this on eBay right now, 30, 40 bucks, maybe, right? But that's not bad. That's not bad. So then let's go into the numbered card. And this is where things really kind of heat up, right? So if you ever watch, I don't know, like card breaks, everyone's going to do the super slow reveal. So I'm hoping we get a really cool card. I mean, we pulled a CJ. I couldn't really ask for more than that. But let's see kind of what we pulled here. Okay, so this is somebody on the Rams. So right now I'm thinking, who in the world on the Rams would I want? Hopefully I've got, it's not here, but I did pull, okay. Here's a cool Ram that I pulled the other day. Okay, so it's a Puka. Very, very highly sought after rated rookie right now. And that was a /49, right? Again, rookie card. That's the key thing to understand here. And they have really cool colorways as well. On eBay, you could probably get anywhere between 400, maybe all the way to 800. There's ones listed on sale for $1,000. Again, depends on that grade you get back, right? If you feel you've got a good card, you want to go get it graded, and you want to pray that it gets a 9, optimal's a 10. Okay, so let's see who we pulled here. And that's a Zach Evans. Okay, he's a rookie, but I don't know a lot about Zach Evans. And then if you look at the number there, that's a /225, meaning there are only 225 of that particular variant that were ever produced, right, in this certain line. So my advice here on this particular rookie card would be I would hold on to it, right? It's probably not a lot on the market right now, but hey, if he has a breakout season, who knows? Maybe it might be worth some money someday. So that's one that I would probably stash. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of the Panini Prisms. Again, you can tell the difference in card quality like straight away, right? One's got a nice kind of shiny flare to it, and then the other one looks like the back of a cereal box. And again, it's just getting kind of money what you pay for, right? Okay, so we pulled our first numbered card. That's dope. And we got a CJ Stroud. Look at that. Okay, so we're doing great for a tutorial video at least. Now, let's really get in to the top of the line stuff. And you can pay way more than this, by the way. I know I'm posting the prices here. I mean, there are cards out there like think Panini Immaculate or first of the line stuff. I mean, you can spend like 17 grand on 5 cards. This is how crazy this hobby's got. So you're only going to get, what, 4 cards in here. So I'm going to slow roll this just to kind of keep the audience engaged, right? And we really want to see. This is where it's super high risk, but super high reward for this price point. Okay, so we've pulled a Deshaun Watson first. Now, this Deshaun Watson, excuse me, this is a non-numbered. So this is a base card, okay? But even though it's base, at this price point, there's still some value. And straight away, look at that card quality, man. See how it's all shiny? There's a bunch of colorways in it, so that's really cool. Okay, so our second card here that we pulled in this 4-card box. This is an Aaron Rodgers on the Jet. Now, Aaron Rodgers rookie card, I would be super excited about. On the Jets, where he played for, what, 2 minutes before he got injured? Not so much, okay? And this is rated out of 99, meaning there are only 99 of this particular card that were processed. So to me, that's a miss, right? For this price range, an old Aaron Rodgers is probably not what we were looking for. Okay, let's go into our third card. Boom, and this is a rising rookie card. And straight away, look how fat that card is. Notice this beautiful patching in here as well. And what we may notice here is that is not from any specific game or event. Okay, because you're going to see a lot of, at this price point, game worn memorabilia, which adds to the value. But look at that number. As I pan out here really badly. Sorry about that, guys. You can't really see it because it's gold on gold. But this is a /10. Okay, that's a gold rising rookie /10. So, and it's double mem patched, and it's a really cool patch because you can see some of the player numbers on there. So that is an amazing card to hold on to, and you just got to hope Keandre Miller has an amazing season, because now you hold a really valuable card if that's so, right? There's only 10 of these produced. It's his rookie card, and it's a mem patch. So that, in my opinion, is definitely a hit. Again, though, we spend a lot of money on getting these cards, right? Okay, here's the 5th card, and this is a Roschon Johnson. Okay, so this is another rookie card that I'm happy about. This is a good wide receiver for the Bears. And then this one is numbered /60, meaning there are only 60 variants of this particular card. There's a cool patch on it. And this one is not from any specific game, right? Again, the game worn patch stuff is way cooler. And here's the final card that we pulled. And this will be an autograph card, by the way, so we'll see what we get. And that's a Willie Gout. And that, see the signed there? So this is obviously an older player in the league, and that's a /3 through 50. So in my opinion, not a huge hit. This one probably won't sell for a lot. And there's 2 real quick things you need to know about signatures. You're going to get a sticker, which the athlete signs, and then will stick on the card, versus an on-card sticker. I'm sorry, an on-card autograph. And the on-card autographs are where it's at, because that means the player has directly signed the card, and that brings more value to it as well. So there you go. There's the product breakdown of kind of what you are getting within your specific price range. And that really leads me to the 5th and final thing of this whole entire hobby. And that's have fun, right? What's the purpose if you're not having fun with it? Go into your local hobby shop, talk to the owner, talk to the people who are ripping cards there. They're such a great and giving community. Everybody is going to be helpful, right? It's very easy to understand the quality of a product just based off price point, right? If you see a box for $100 versus $1,000, you know that the one with $1,000 is going to be more high quality. But have fun. That's the most main thing that I can highly recommend to this hobby. Hopefully everybody found this super helpful. Again, I was super intimidated when I just wanted to buy a bunch of basketball cards. My advice would be start out at the low price points, get a good feel for the hobby, and then as you get more, maybe you've made a couple of card sales, right? Or maybe you've made a little bit more money, we can spend a bit more money on cards, and that's something you want to do, then start going into the more premium models as well. Hope everybody found this video helpful. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys thought. And yeah, till the next one. Thanks.